Merry Christmas Eve, guys! The Horror Man back with my ranking of the 12 Days of Christmas, 2024.
It's the Horror Man
season, and Santa Claus is coming.
Christmas Eve is one of my favorite days of the year, and it concludes in one of my favorite meals of the year. But as I look forward to that, it's first time to rank the 12 movies I watched and reviewed for the 12 Days of Christmas this year. I'll start with my least favorites and work my way to my favorite. And like with all of my other rankings, this is based on nostalgia, rewatchability, and overall enjoyment. Come to think of it, I'm not sure I have a nostalgic attachment to any of these, so it will mainly be based on those last two categories. And of course, I like to remind you that this is just my personal opinion. You don't have to agree. So, here we go. My ranking of the 12 Days of Christmas, 2024. In last place, I have Santa Isn't Real. This was a decent enough slasher, but it's not one I'm overly eager to revisit anytime soon. So because of that, I have it at number 12. At number 11 is the bizarre Santa and the Ice Cream Bunny. I like this for what it is. It's an oddball for sure. But like Santa Isn't Real, I don't see this being an annual watch. The weirdness of this one does elevate it a spot higher, though. So here it is at 11. Coming in at number 10 is another oddity. The Magic Christmas Tree. This was a lot darker than I expected it to be, and because of that, it takes the 10 spot. I am probably more likely to revisit this one than the previous two, so there's that. It's a Wonderful Knife was a really popular one from last year, but I only have it at number 9. After really thinking about it and discussing the movie with Jason after he watched it for the 12 Days of Christmas as well, I came to the conclusion that what I don't like about it really does overpower what I like about it, if that makes sense. I know in my review I said it didn't ruin my experience, and it didn't, the first time. But it also sort of prevents me from wanting to rewatch it as much as I probably would, if not for that aspect I dislike. I'm being vague here, I know. I just don't want anyone to take what I say the wrong way, or be offended, especially on Christmas Eve. I just think, like I said in my review, this movie goes overboard in a certain area. It tries too hard. And let's just leave it at that. Days Before Christmas comes in at number 8. This short film really nailed the Christmas atmosphere, and I loved it. But it is only a short film. So because of that, I couldn't justify ranking it any higher than here. Powder Blue comes in at 7. Yes, it has the Jessica Biel nudity, but overall, it's a really good film. It's not the type of movie I would watch on a regular basis, but I did enjoy it, and I have to admit, I've been thinking about it a lot. Here we go, number 6. The Scary of 61st. In my review, I stated I really wasn't sure where I stood with this film. I understand why some people absolutely love it, and I understand why some people absolutely hate it. I guess I just fall into the middle, which is why I have it ranked in the middle, at number 6. Visions of Sugar Plums, the Christmas segment from the horror anthology film Tales of the Third Dimension, comes in at number 5. I loved it, and it's easily one I can see rewatching each and every Christmas season. You'll Die, I thought was a fantastic, low-budget Christmas slasher. This was my Day 12 watch and review, and I have it at number 4 in my ranking. I do think this had the potential of becoming a franchise, although I know that's unrealistic, considering the fact that it was filmed over the course of 2 years. because the cast was made up of friends and acquaintances of the writer and director. I love the Halloween 4 and 5 vibe this one gave off, and You'll Die is just my kind of Christmas horror movie. A psycho Santa slasher at number 4. We're into the top 3 now with We're All Going to the World's Fair at number 3. I watched this one fairly early on in the 12 days and just scheduled it for day 11. But because I watched it so early on, it remained at number 1 in my ranking for a while. I was pretty convinced it would end up staying there because I loved it so much. But then I watched 2 others, including the Christmas video nasty Night Train Murders, which I have at number 2. I said in my review that I prefer this to Last House on the Left, and I stand by that. Night Train Murders is literally Last House on the Left on a train on Christmas, and I said that in my video as well. Night Train Murders could have easily been number 1 on any year, but this year it comes in second place. Because my number 1 favorite movie I watched and reviewed during the 12 Days of Christmas 2024 is Wake in Fright. I'm still a bit amazed at how great this actually was. Even with a lengthy sequence that was very hard to watch, Wake in Fright is too good to not be number 1. It was the movie with the longest runtime in the 12 days this year, but the one I'm most likely to return to time and time again. This is the film I really can't stop thinking about. I do still hope Jason and I will cover it during Controversial View at some point, so we'll see. Until then, though, Wake in Fright is my number 1 favorite movie from the 12 Days of Christmas 2024. So, there you have it, guys. My ranking of the 12 Days of Christmas. What do you think? Comment below and let me know. I hope everyone has a happy and safe Christmas Eve. Don't forget to check back tomorrow to celebrate a holly jolly Christmas. And remember, physical media matters. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit that thumbs up and be kind. Subscribe.